I came here on my birthday and I was on a mission to drop in.
Saw that.
Yeah, well, what I didn't show is the process of it and me eating shit the first time.
On the drop in?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Hello. Hello. What's up?
Hey, man.
Welcome.
Hey, bro.
Bro.
Dude.
Buddy.
Dude.
Buddy.
If I go dude or dude.
Homie.
Dude. Hey, man. Hey, man. Is it a different person if it's deeper? Not really, right?
Yeah, it still sounds foreign.
Wait, I don't sound like a local?
When it's deeper?
Yeah. Let's get a burrito.
I don't want to hang out with that dude. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't want to hang out with me either.
If I saw him and that voice came out, I'd be like, you go get a burrito.
Tony, let's grab a burrito. Yeah, I get it.
What are you, a narc?
I don't know, right? That's what the feds sound like?
I don't know. Just someone trying to fit into something that they clearly don't belong to.
That's my Fed impression. I'm going to work on that. License and registration. Wait, I can't even speak. License and registration. Nah. Registration?
You got the mustache for that.
Thank you. I know it's a weird thing.
Hey, that's not proper.
Did it?
Yeah. Proper SEPA. Oh no.
Registration.
No, thank you. I said not that.
Oh, when I said thank you.
Yeah, just that was like where I was like, oh, you are American.
Don't
maybe.
say registration and I'll be okay.
Sure. I don't know.
What have you been doing?
Let's see. Well, you and I did a podcast.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then I went straight from there to the Dior men's fashion show in Santa Monica, in Venice.
That sounds
It was pretty
cool.
crazy. I didn't really understand why they were like, I didn't understand why I got such a heavy invite. Cause it was more like, can you please come to this? And I was like, well, I don't.
Do you get invited to fashion?
No.
Okay.
I did. I got invited to a fashion show that was like a charity event in New York.
Yeah.
That was for Laureus for Sport for Good Foundation. And so they did it with a bunch of pro athletes were the runway models, including me.
Mm.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right. But,
real cool.
But it wasn't some Zoolander thing. It was more like, it was just kind of a weird, quirky thing.
Did they teach you how to walk?
No, but
they were okay with you?
Actually, I skated. So, you know.
They had to shut the fuck up on that one.
Yeah.
They can't tell you
So
how to skate.
We need that gimmick.
Right.
we needed a hook.
What shoes did you have on?
Good question.
Like, were they rubber sole or were they,
I don't remember actually. I have to look back at it.
Because I feel like skating.
Because I remember doing a little shove it, but I remember thinking like this isn't a good idea. So I was probably wearing some dress shoes.
Yeah, because dress shoes are. I
Yeah,
feel like
they get
dress
sketchy.
shoes freak me out. Just on the streets. Like if you go up a fucking
like you're
steep
or something's
hill,
wet and you're like, oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a dumb shoe. It's just like,
So I did that, but this was a for real big time, like covered by Vogue, the whole thing. And when it was a collaboration with a couple of groups, and one is a streetwear company in LA. One is this designer from England, Kim Jones, and then Eli. Sorry, I can't remember his last name, but they had. So it was like this Dior collab thing, and they were trying to make it this sort of 90s skate vibe. I didn't know that. So
why did you not know that?
I knew that they were working with
you?
these designers, but I didn't understand that was really kind of the theme for it.
Yeah.
Well, they said it was in Venice, and there were hints of it, but I've been going 100 miles an hour. I know I sound ridiculous, but it was just kind of like, that sounds cool. And Kathy she's like, when were we ever going to do that? Let's go. Yeah, let's go. And we had to make sure we had childcare and everything, but we got to sort it out.
No need to do too much research. You're going to a fashion show and you guys are invited and you're
VIPs.
It's
Dior.
Yeah.
And it's Dior. Yeah.
And they gave you stuff.
Yeah. And then so while we were doing the podcast in Glendale, she went to the hotel and they gave us like the presidential suite. It was wild. It was 2 stories.
The room.
The room. Yeah. 2 stories, like living room area, bedroom, downstairs, dining area.
What hotel?
Another living room, Casa Del Mar.
Whoa.
In Santa Monica. It was pretty amazing. Yeah. And then I started thinking like, what is going, and there's all these Dior gift bags and my outfit is in, and I was just like,
What's in the gift bags?
Purse. There was a bracelet. There was like a
real shit.
Yeah. Sling bag.
Yeah.
I got that right? Sling bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
I don't. And so I started to think like, oh, they really wanted me here. This is not what everyone else is getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we end up going and all these cameras in my face, like, what do you think about the influence skating? We're here, like Venice skate park's right there. And then I was like, oh, okay, I get what's going on here. Yeah.
So those were legit questions that you could answer too, like because you said that they asked you fashion questions as well.
Well, a little bit, but
they didn't.
I'm not a fashion icon,
right?
So.
And they knew that, right?
Yeah, they're just like, well, what's your go-to? I'm like, well, you can always catch me wearing skate shoes for the most part. Like that's what I'm going to accessorize with that, including wearing a tux to the Oscars with Vans on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like a 50-year-old dude. Like I don't, I'm not trying to get wild with it.
Yeah.
But they did give me an outfit, and it was definitely way more off the radar than something I usually wear.
Okay.
And I saw the next morning kind of comments flying because obviously I can get tagged in all these photos, and it got good reviews.
Yeah.
My outfit, yeah.
Do you not usually get good reviews?
I don't usually agree to be dressed up by someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this was actually came from Kim Jones, the designer, that, we would like Tony to wear this.
Yeah.
And so when I got it, I was like, oh, yeah.
Wasn't too
Cool. No.
far. Right.
Yeah.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Like just I didn't see the jacket yet. I just saw you. With
it was a button up with the sweater over it.
Okay.
The sweater was a little oversized, and the shirt was kind of hanging out of the bottom.
But it wasn't.
And then the pants, they kind of look acid washed.
Yeah.
And they told me when I got there, they said, oh no, it's supposed to look like the cement of the Venice skate park. I was like, well, that's a bit of a stretch, but it kind of did.
I know, but
so I know.
Easy fashionistas. Trying to blend it into Tony Hawk. Like, just do what you do, you know?
But it was cool. And then we sat down and we're right next to Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Which was super cool.
Yeah.
And then there was a girl next to us, and we're like, clearly she's someone.
Yeah.
And she's rocking the like big Dior glasses, and she's really done up. And then we figured out at the end it was Christina Aguilera.
It didn't look like her.
I haven't seen her in a long time,
but she's changed her vibe.
Yeah,
dramatically.
Changed her vibes. Yeah,
might have changed the shape of her face and body. I
don't
could
know
be
about
wrong,
that.
but it seemed like she's altered.
But it was cool, and then these outfits started coming out that were just like kind of looked like suits, but they were super flimsy, and the pants were pretty much see-through on all the dudes.
So gay. I'm so into that.
and then big like 90s puffy shoes.
Yeah, they're back.
Yeah, you would have really. There are a few outfits you would be like, yeah,
dude, I definitely need some see-through pants. That shit is fun.
See-through pants that are part of a 3-piece suit.
God, I gotta get that.
I got photos for you.
I gotta do that. It sounds so fucking badass. I told you I did a GQ photo shoot once for the magazine. I don't know how, because I had an agent, and they gave me a bunch of stuff to wear. And when I put on the pants, Bucky was there, and he goes, "Hey man, your pants are see-through." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I can see your whole ass." I turn around, look in the mirror, and I'm like, "Whoa!" And then I turn around, I'm like, "That's my dick." I'm not going out there like this. And then the guy that was dressing us, he was I assume a gay black guy with fingers missing. And he was like, "Don't even worry about it." And he just grabbed a tissue and put his hand down the front of my pants and put it on my dick. And I was like,
assault.
You can't. Can you do that? And then it was like still see-through. They were so see-through that you could see the tissue over my dick. It was so stupid.
There's so many layers of fashion to that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I'd be way more into it now, but then I was definitely a bit weirded out. I saw Blondie last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
Pretty cool. At Crossroads, the vegan restaurant. It's like my favorite restaurant.
Blondie played at Crossroads?
No, she didn't play. She was just there.
Oh, I was like, wait
Sorry.
a second.
I said it too quick. Yeah, we were eating.
Got it.
And then
Okay.
someone goes,
you
"Holy-"
saw Deborah Harry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I need a clarification.
They go, Deborah Harry's here. And I go, who's that?
Oh.
And then Katie shows me a photo. I go, oh, you mean Blondie? And
Yeah.
everybody at the table's like, you're such an idiot. And I was like, that's the first
all right,
hip hop.
that's fair.
That's the
cool.
first hip hop artist ever. And they were like, you kind of know something.
Rapture.
That's the first hip hop I heard. It was that and then Gravediggers.
I remember someone tried to tell me that Blondie, Deborah Harry, did the first rap song. I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard Sugar Hill Gang a long time ago when I was a kid, but okay.
First time I heard it, all right? She was rhyming. Never heard that before.
We go out and dine.
She looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
she
then,
played, I went to Cruel World Festival and Blondie played.
She good?
Yeah.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh my God. You would have hated Cruel World. I just thought of that. Like all the bands that we saw. We saw Missing Persons, Blondie, Violent Femmes. Probably
Yeah.
Violent
I don't
Femmes,
hate
right?
them. Yeah.
Okay. We didn't see him, but Psychedelic Furs played. Devo played. Bauhaus. I know you're a big fan.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I like
PIL.
Devo.
You know PIL?
Nah.
PIL is Johnny Rotten did his own thing after
Oh.
Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
You've heard their songs for sure.
Okay.
That
So
this
they
is
were
not
there.
a love song. This is not a love song. No,
Yeah. That was a really bad rendition, but yeah, I got it.
not that bad. You got it.
Okay.
Anyway, it
I
was, all, it
almost
was all a
went.
bunch of bands. What?
Yeah. Katie almost convinced me to.
Oh, Katie's all about it.
yeah. She's like, we gotta go to this thing. And I was like,
Katie's the link.
okay. And then she's like, there's only VIP tickets. And I was like, how much are they? She's like, $800. And I was like, $1,600. I'll go if you want. And she's like, it is a lot. I'm like, it is a lot.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, it's too much. I don't want to go. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because
Should
I was
hit
ready
me
to
up.
do it. I was going to do
Should
it.
hit me up. Cold Cave played.
Who?
Cold Cave. Cold Cave. You've met my friends in Cold Cave.
Oh.
Wes and Amy. And
Oh,
their
yeah.
Little son
Yep.
Rainer.
Oh, Katie knows him too. Yep. Good.
Yeah. So there was a connection there. Is all I'm saying.
I'm not going to tell Katie that.
She's going to edit the show, or she's going to download the show. She doesn't check them out when she
Yeah, we're
downloads
good.
them.
We're in the clear. Unless
She's
so
our-
you bastards
She's our
messenger.
engineer. She's our
Yes.
tech support.
She is. She just, yeah. And I'm going to get in trouble because we got 2 shows. It's going to take too long. I'll be like,
Damn it.
I'm pretty bad with that stuff.
What else happened? Oh, I came here on my birthday and I was on a mission to drop in.
So that.
Yeah, well, what I didn't show is the process of it and me eating shit the first time.
On the drop in.
Oh yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's bad. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't make it
No. Well, I made it to the other wall.
and slammed into the other wall.
Yeah.
Because of the pain.
It wasn't, well, I was trying not to lean too far forward because when I commit fully to my front leg, it buckles, and that was not the time I wanted to buckle when I was
Yeah.
finally dropping in.
Yeah.
Like the most speed I've had the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was in the back seat, and then I wanted to carve the wall wide backside so that I wouldn't get too high.
Yeah.
So I started way on the edge of the ramp. And then, so I'm in the back seat and I'm also only on my back toe because I'm about to go backside.
Yeah.
Right when I hit the transition, my board just washes out. Like as if someone just stole it from me. And I remember thinking, what just happened?
Yeah.
You know, and I finally saw the video because I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to freak myself out.
Yeah.
And I watched the video and I said, oh, I could see what I did, but it looks so unexpected and so out of control that it really gave me pause of my healing because I'm not coming back here the next time like I did just skate today.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping it right now. Like, I'm not letting that happen again.
No way. Do you guys take showers? Good. Well, I hope you said yes, because I have the shower head for you, the Nebia Quattro. I got it in my shower, and it's very easy to install. If you have a Katie, you don't even have to do anything. But if you don't have a Katie, then it takes like 3 minutes of your time. Quattro is the world's highest pressure water saving shower. It starts at only 119 buckaroonies. It has 4 spray modes. And the most important thing about it, I guess, I like the shower. I like the way the water comes out. But also, did you know that you're saving to like 40 to 50% on your water bill because of the shower head and how it's designed? Nebia by Moem Quattro starts at $119 exclusively on Nebia.com. And Nebia gives us special discount. All these listeners, discount. Go to Nebia.com/wolf and use the code wolf at checkout and get 10% off all Nebia products. Nebia rarely does deals like this, so this is a great deal to jump on. Again, go to Nebia.com/wolf. That's NEBIA.com/wolf to check out what they have to offer and save 10% with code WOLF. Else May talking for Hawk versus Wolf. GoodRx. These days, ladies and gentlemen, everything is going up. Gas and all that other stuff. I saw on the news that all soda is going up 6%. You probably shouldn't drink that anyway. But even soda, man, and chips. They made donuts go up like 16% on your donut. That's a lot. But GoodRx, when you get your prescription pills, you can get them cheaper and you can even compare it so that you know that you got a great deal if you use GoodRx. They have over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Vons, all those stuff combined. Wherever they get it, the cheapest. You will get the best deal. If you do get prescriptions, you should probably use this. So it's simple, smart, saving your prescriptions. Go to goodrx.com/wolf. That's goodrx.com/wolf. goodrx.com/wolf. GoodRx is not insurance, but it can be used in place of insurance, Medicare and medical and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved 81% on their retail prescription prices. I would check it out. But after you slammed, then you did it.
Yeah, I had to. And I know.
Did it hurt?
The slam?
No, to drop in and when you made it.
It didn't hurt. There's a point where if my leg is pushed too hard right now, it feels like it's disconnected. Not in a way that's like jarring but for a half a second I feel like, oh, it's so tired that it's like it's moving and I don't really have control over that. And so as I went, usually happens when I go front side. So what I did was instead of dropping in and carving the wall long, I dropped in closer to where the gap is to force myself to go straight up and down.
Okay.
And that worked. And then I did a kick turn. And then when I went to go front side, that's when I felt the weird sort of sensation in my leg where it feels like it's turning uncontrollably.
Yeah. But not pain.
It's a little pain, but it's not. It's more just weakness and sort of a void of muscle.
Right.
But I got a little scratcher grind, so
nice.
It's worth the pain or the strange feeling. But there was a moment when after I fell and then I got myself together and I went behind the ramp and skated the little course and faking my way up to a tail tap. You know how we fool ourselves that that's the way you can learn to drop in, kind of, but
kind of works.
But you know, if you don't go up on the tail and stand up there like a drop in,
right? But
I tried to get as close to that as I could,
to
get myself psyched up, and then there was a moment where I was like, "You're not doing this with a sense of confidence the way you approach other things."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that really shook me.
Yeah.
But then I just said, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to be aware of what happened before.
Okay.
And so when I did go down, all I'm thinking of is stay even on your weight as you go up the wall, and it worked.
And then you skated today.
I skated today, but I didn't drop in.
But
I
did it feel better?
Oh, it feels way better today. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and so I've only been skating once a week now.
Okay.
So that I can feel measured progression.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if I'm skating every other day, I kind of feel like I'm
same spot.
I'm in a rut a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
And it gets really tired because yesterday I was not, when I went to the Dior show, I found myself not limping as much. So I was like, yes. And I know if I keep skating, especially through the week, I'll go back to limping super bad. And I don't want that.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like I have to focus my energy and my muscles on not limping.
When I walk. Right.
And it's this weird, it's an effort and it feels like an exercise.
Yeah.
And I want to just do it innately. I just want to walk.
I get that. I feel like the more work I've had from people trying to get my body in line, they say that I stand and walk crooked, and it's from compensating from injuries in my life where I'm just used to, oh, this doesn't work. I know how to walk when this doesn't work.
Yeah.
So when I did the stem cells the other day at BioAccelerator, the first thing they said, they were like, don't walk like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're already favoring one side, and if you do that, it's gonna stay like that.
Right.
So I was walking around the mall where it was almost like I was doing a sport, because I was like,
yeah, you have to focus on it so hard.
Every step was
sucks.
measured. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and when I catch myself not doing it, and limp, and the limp gets pronounced, and then that hurts in a different area.
Yeah.
My first thought every time is like, you think you can skate?
Yeah.
Like you can't even walk.
Yeah.
And so then I have to like bring it back. And that's when when I'm walking good is when I think I got to go skate. I got to take advantage of feeling good right now.
So after you skated, do you think you were hobbling a little bit more after you skated?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. But when I did take that slam, the next day I felt that pain that you feel when you've slammed a bunch on trying to learn a new trick.
Yeah.
Where it's such a weird thing because I miss that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like such an addict thing to say, but like I miss that pain. And then I'm like, oh, I have that pain again. That means I'm trying again.
Yeah.
That means I'm out there doing it. But at the same time, I was like, from dropping in. Cool.
Yep. Isn't it weird how quick the body gets unused to things?
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been that long and your body's like, whoa, don't be falling on the ground like that. I'm like, dude, I've fallen on the ground my whole life. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there was a part of me that felt just like that. The next day, it was just like, come on.
Yeah.
It's not taking these slams.
I'm in it. I worked out for the first time yesterday and I'm so sore and I took it so easy. Like I was like, just bench press like the lightest weight you've got in the house. Do some reps, don't burn, don't gas on it or anything. And then did some kettlebell stuff. And then this morning I woke up and I'm like, like these are burning. And I'm like, burning? You did like 40.
Yeah.
You know, with the lightest weight you've got. It's like your body's like, dude, you've had 3 weeks and that's enough to make it really sore. Yeah,
I guess I do try to. There's a voice of reason in my head too that's like, it's been 2 months where you haven't used any of these muscles. So
yeah.
Can you give it a minute?
Yep, that's good. That guy's good. You should listen to him.
And
good. Yeah, I was going to skate today, and my wife was like, are you sure you want to do that? And I was like, I worked out yesterday. Yeah. The doctor said if you can work out and you can extend your joints to get full range of motion with no pain, then you can go.
You're going skating after this?
I was going to, but I don't want to make you feel bad. Did I just make you feel bad?
No.
Okay.
I'm okay.
But I might not because I'm going to a celebrity's birthday party tonight, and it's my wife's best friend's husband. And
Did you have to add the celebrity in there?
Yeah, because it's
that makes it a priority.
Well, I feel like I have to be impressive. I feel like I have to be not.
Oh, I see.
I got to be on my A game, like upbeat and
not
there's this thing.
Not post slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Okay. I get it.
And I've been matched with this guy. Every time I have a conversation with his partner, she keeps saying how similar I am to him, but in a way where he doesn't like hanging out with people, and neither do you. You guys should hang out. And I'm like, how's that add up? If he doesn't like people and I don't like people, why would we fucking like each other?
Because misery loves company.
We're about to fucking find out. But I still want to come with like some sort of like, I don't want to prove them right and just be standing in the corner, you know, like, oh God, these people suck. Like I got to be like, hey, you know, I love sucky people.
High five.
I'm going to high five everybody. Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't want to be late because that's the other thing. I was like, I'm doing 2 shows. She's like, you're going to be late. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe. But, you know, there's a job here, you know, that
We're
comes
working.
first.
We're working, folks.
Yeah.
This is it.
Vigorously.
We're working, talking about going to fashion shows.
I think
work,
yeah,
right?
it's
Actually, I had to do some work for that thing
what was
because they wanted me to write a thing for Vogue. So
an article.
Well, I do an interview and then I take photos and then I give them 12 photos with captions.
Oh, okay.
So go look at it. It's out there now on Vogue.com. Look
12
up
photos.
Tony Hawk Dior. What's that?
12 different photos.
12 photos from my experience.
Okay.
So they want me like what clothes I tried on. I mean, they gave a bunch of examples of it, but I just kind of went rogue and did my own thing. But they definitely wanted at least a few looks on the runway, so I did that.
Different outfits.
Different outfits, yeah.
Did you wear some outfits where you were like,
No. I'm saying different looks of the people, the runway models.
Oh.
I didn't do the runway. I just sat in the crowd.
One outfit for you.
One outfit for me,
Okay.
and then there were like 3 that I picked out that I felt like I felt like I could comment on, you know, with some good references.
Comment on one of the models' stuff.
No, yeah, just that they're. I mean, like one of them looked like a Talking Heads outfit, you know, with the big suit and the like same as it ever was. And so I commented that.
Gotcha.
In my own way.
Yeah.
And then I got a photo of Christina Ricci like filming all the runway models. Just whatever random stuff. I got Miles came to visit us at the hotel and then he tried on all the gifts that they gave us.
I would too. That's a very good idea.
So I got a photo of him and all the Dior gifts.
Nice.
Yep.
How long does the runway thing go
20
for?
minutes.
Oh, okay.
And it is such a madhouse to get in.
What do you mean?
Because it was in this alleyway of Venice, so there was only one street you could get there. So to get there, it took like a half hour to drive a mile.
Right.
Right, and you're getting in, and then everyone gets in. So the thing is starting late because it's impossible to get into it, and then everyone gets in their seats, and then the thing goes for 20 minutes, and then everyone gets out of their seats, and it was the most crowded space I've been in 3 years.
And you're standing there with
and we're
no
standing
cane.
there and with no cane.
Yeah.
I was doing okay without the cane, but there were times where I had to navigate around because we had to like walk over bleachers and things because just to get around the crowd.
Yeah.
That's where it got tricky for me. But they had one bar in the back where people were kind of going to, but everyone's just kind of milling about with no direction.
Yeah.
It was kind of strange. And then at some point, I was like, we're not going to be able to get drinks. And I don't know anyone here. Like, I guess let's leave.
And that's it? You left?
Yeah. But we saw Taika Waititi, the director.
Yeah.
So we talked to him for a bit.
Because you know him.
We know him, yeah.
Okay. Is everybody
Rick Owens was there, but we missed him.
like exchanging information or something? Like, what is the point of the big mingle after it?
I don't know. It's just to be part of the scene.
Right.
To be in the scene. And there were a bunch of like Kid Cudi was there and there were, you know, who else? There were a bunch of actors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're into it.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah. Everyone's dressed up too. I mean, there were a few people where it's like, oh, what's up? They're like, oh, you look good. I was like, Yeah, I guess we had to do it up, right? Where they were, it was obvious that they were dressed for the occasion.
But they dress themselves.
They dress themselves, yeah.
Not you.
No.
Like, how many people were there that were given stuff to wear?
Probably, I don't know. I saw about 20 or so.
Okay.
Rappers, actors, musicians.
With
all Dior.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And when they I don't mean to dwell on this, but when I went for the fitting, they were doing it at a hotel in LA, and they had very specific time slots, and you had to choose your time slot. So it was all through a weekend, the weekend before. And it was like, okay, only 10 a.m. and noon are available tomorrow if you want to get in. So clearly they were dressing a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah. Would you do it again?
Maybe, sure. I don't know.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Hotel room sounds sick.
Yeah,
that sounds really cool.
That was pretty cool.
Right.
That was worth the effort. What else is happening? Dude, I'm going to Australia. This will air while I'm in Australia.
When do you go?
Monday.
For how long?
A week.
All right. I was thinking about doing that.
I'm gone for a week. I'm only there for a few nights.
Right.
You know how it goes.
It's a whole day to go. A whole day.
Day and a half. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it by myself because my kids don't want to go, and my mom's getting older, and she wants to see me, and I haven't seen anybody for a really long time, and I was like, I don't really see me getting everybody to go at the same time. It just seems like too much money and too much organization for my kids that don't want to go.
Flights are crazy right now.
Expensive?
Expensive, yeah.
Oh, well, there's another reason.
Crazy.
It's especially to Australia.
Yeah, international, but especially Australia,
yeah. Yeah, but I was just thinking, if I did it like you, a couple times a year, because it wouldn't bother me. It doesn't bother me to do an entire day or a day and a half and then go there, sleep a couple of days and
for
then
a
come
couple
back.
Nights. Yeah,
yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, me too.
It's just always been a thing. Like, you can't, like, if I go and they're like, "Where's your kids?" We don't even want to see you. Yeah. Like, what do you mean you're here without your kids?
Yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah.
They don't. I want to say, well, the thing is they don't actually want to come. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, fuck.
Wouldn't they want to go though? Like, that seems like a cool little vacation.
Yeah. But they don't. Tiger
Is it because they know it's kind of an obligation?
I think so, and I think it's it'd be different if I was like, "Hey guys, you want to go to Hawaii?"
Right.
They'd be like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna hang out by the pool, and they got their own little life going. They get snacks.
Visiting all the fam.
Yeah, I get it. Like, and they don't know my family that well. They knew them. They met them once when they were like real little, and now it's like, "Hey, old lady, that's all freaking out on me. I don't really know you, and now I've got to, and they got to be on their best."
Yeah.
So I get how it doesn't sound like the greatest vacation ever. But my daughter is a little older, and she knows that she wants to know my family, so she would go. But it's, school and all this other stuff. I could just take you, but then I know Katie'd be like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." And then with the podcast, everything, everything's in the, we're doing well. Things are great.
Well, that's why
it's make or break. Like,
we're recording 2 today because of my travel schedule is going to be raw coming up. It's getting crazy. I'm only home for like a night or 2 at a time coming up. I mean, that Australia thing, that's a speaking gig, and they offered super good money. Okay.
So that means you have a lot of gigs coming up that aren't skating, you're talking.
Everything coming up
is talking.
Yeah.
On stage talking?
On stage, yeah. So the Sydney thing is for ServiceNow. It's a tech company.
Yeah.
And then there's a moderator, which is like, the guy's gonna interview me.
Yeah.
Which always makes it way easier because I don't have to just stuff off the cuff. But then I'm doing another one in Des Moines, speaking gig for a group, and then I'm going on tour in Europe, speaking gigs in cities. Yeah, like Dublin and Oslo and Stockholm and Antwerp.
To talk about what?
Just to tell my story. Those ones are actually those ones are going to be ticketed events, so people are buying tickets to them.
Yeah. So it's like an in-venue thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else on it with you or
No.
just you? Wow.
Just me, yeah.
That's no
Yeah.
pressure.
But I do feel like if anyone's that interested to hear me talk, it's going to be a friendly
Yep.
crowd.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a tough comedy crowd that I've got to win over.
Right.
I hope.
Yeah, I think you're okay. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of tough crowd comedy, I did the Comedy Store last week for the first time. And then somebody who I really look up to, who's a very funny comedian, Tim Dillon, was like, hey, man, you're funny. You want to be on my show? So twice in a period of 5 days, I was in the main room at the Comedy Store.
Sick.
And the last one, when I was there, Tim Dillon's invited all these other big comics. And I'm there early. I'm there by myself. And he comes in. He's like, just you, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you told me to be here. And he's like, have you ever been to New York? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you ever lived there? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I'm like, why? He's like, because you have the attitude of an East Coast comedian. And I go, what's that?
That's
like,
hardcore.
that you show up. And I'm like, wait, you're saying that people around here don't show up? Oh, yeah. And I'm like, do they apologize? No. I'm like,
He invites comics to open up for him and they don't show up.
Yes. Regularly. Not one guy. That's kind of what they do, was his opinion of it. And I was like, my jaw's on the ground. And he's just laughing at me like.
When did you learn the value of being punctual? I mean, showing up, yes, but also being on time.
I think I've always had it. I think my kids definitely helped.
Yeah.
Like teach me that, you know, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, because if you're not there, what do you mean you're not there to pick the kids up? Like, you're there. So that.
But you had it before, you think? Before that?
A little bit, but I think it came with the radio show when I realized, you know, we're growing up and I felt like, especially in radio, people just expected me to not show up because I'm a skateboarder.
You set the bar low.
Yeah. So I was always sort of priding myself on being there and ready to work. And maybe I enjoyed the surprise on everyone's face by being there earlier. But I've just always, I feel like I'm so fortunate, and it's make or break in this world. Like, I'm like, don't show up and that's your gig gone.
Yeah.
Like, you can count on me. If I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. And once you know that, then, because I felt like that night, he was like, right, if I ask him, he'll be here. These guys won't.
Yep.
So anyway.
I think I got, I mean, of course I had success in skating and doing video game stuff, but I think that I did get extra jobs because they knew I would be there.
Right.
It's either on time, show up, be ready. And it is a thing that some people have to learn in the hardest ways.
Yeah.
But I tell people a lot when they ask for advice, like, what's your advice? I'm like, be on time.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Be on time, because if you're not on time, you're saying that your time is more important than someone else's, and they're not going to want to work with you again. Like, they might tolerate it a little bit, but then you're out.
Yeah, not forever.
And you're wondering why you're not getting calls.
Right.
Because you were late.
When things thin out, you're the first one they don't call.
Yeah. And if you're a no-show, it's even worse.
And with no apology is just mind-boggling. I'm like, I would call him profusely before I could dude, I can't make it. Something happened. Not, hey, man, where were you the other night? I don't even know. My bad. Like, what are you talking about, my bad? Like, this is a big deal. But anyway, this thing turns out where he's like, no one's here, so I'll just go first and you can go next. And if someone shows up, they can come after you. And I'm like, really?
Why does he go? Why?
Because no one was there.
But why would he go
first? The
first?
crowd filled in, and it's got the list. There's 5 of us, and I'm fourth, and Tim Dillon's last.
Yeah.
And no one's there, so Tim goes, well, I'm going up. I'm not leaving my crowd. I said I was going to be here at 8 o'clock telling jokes. I'm going to fucking be here at 8 o'clock telling jokes. I'm going up. You're going next. And I was like, okay, no problem. Immediate anxiety, because I'm like, oh, I'm going up after Tim
Tough act to
Dillon.
follow.
Yeah. I'm like, everybody came to see Tim Dillon. And then it's like, hey, who's this dickhead? I'm like, oh, no. So then I, he's like, this guy's a really funny guy. I'm like, this dude doesn't even know me. Like, I might be, he's basing that off the 10 minutes he saw on Thursday.
He saw me do it good once.
Yeah. So I'm out there, and I made up stuff the night before at another comedy show, a small one. I just did a whole new set, and it did really well. And I was like, you just made up 17 minutes of comedy that rivaled the thing you've been working on.
Wow.
You now have like, you could do an hour.
Did you tell me earlier that you don't write any of that stuff down when you do it on the fly?
Yeah, it's in my head.
And you can remember it.
And I can't remember yesterday.
So you're like Rain Man.
For comedy.
Yeah, for comedy.
Yeah. I should just try to think that everything's a joke and I'll remember it.
Because my experience, because you're not doing comedy, is that, for instance, we went and did a podcast yesterday in LA, and I was like, so we're doing that podcast tomorrow? What? And then my heart sinks because I have planned my day to drive to Glendale, which is not that easy.
No.
And then I'm like, wait, does he not know? Come on, dude.
And then you go, maybe it's just me. And I go, maybe. Let me call Cast and find out. And I go, hey man, am I doing a show with Tony tomorrow? He's like, yeah, dude, you got the email. And I'm like, can you send it again? Because I might have missed that.
Oh my God, it's like dealing with my kids.
Yeah. Whoops. Hey, I was there.
You were there. I'm glad, but I think had I not reminded you, would you have been there?
Yeah, because when I told Katie, she's like, yeah, dumbass, like you're doing
Okay, but how would that have played out if I didn't call you?
She would say
the day of.
Yeah, probably.
So is it like in the morning, what are we doing today? Or what am I doing today? Yeah.
I usually go, when someone asks me to do something, I go, Katie, can I do something on Thursday at 8 o'clock? And she goes, wait a minute. Yes. And I go, yeah.
Okay, but when Thursday at 8 o'clock comes around, you clearly don't remember that you said that. So I'm wondering, does she alert you?
Yeah. But I usually, every morning I wake up and go, what am I doing?
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yes.
I usually say, what am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Where am I going today?
That's what I do right before I go to sleep. I go,
am I in trouble?
I don't do that. Okay. Not anymore.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I do have that in there. Like if she's quiet, I go, what did I do? She's like, you didn't do anything. I'm like, are you okay?
Oh my God.
She's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, just making sure. Because usually I did something. It's fair.
I have echoes of that.
I feel like I ask that of everybody. If anyone looks sad around me, I go,
but don't you feel like if you do say that, then and nothing's wrong, then you've caused a new problem?
A little bit. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't even need to.
Yep, risky stuff.
Yeah.
You got to bounce. You got to, if you didn't do anything wrong, you got to go, I didn't. Oh, well, fucking some stuff, entertaining stuff, talking about stuff. Let's change the subject stuff. Like, yes. You want to go for a bike ride or something? Maybe get some lunch or get you some flowers.
That's definitely not my MO, but that's a good one.
It's not as bad now, but that's the craziest thing about comedy to me. That I've written stuff in the car in my head on the way to the venue, and then I'll do it in my performance.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'll be like, got it.
Yeah.
Bink. No, I don't.
I've had a few times when I did a speaking gig, but I would do it for a certain conference or for a company, and they wanted a theme. And I don't consider that until I get there and I see how everyone else is presenting the theme of the show.
Okay.
And, whatever it is, like embrace your challenges or think outside the box. Just something lofty like that. But I see that everyone else is really honing in on that in their talks. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to really bring this together.
Yeah.
And then I sit there watching people and my mind is just racing. Like, how am I going to make this a thing? And sometimes I get it, but a lot of times I'm like, so send me a high school football rules.
Does that work?
No.
You know who I saw? Andrew Schultz showed up. Tim Dillon starts doing emergency text messages. Does anybody around the Comedy Store want to come up? My guys aren't here. Yep. So Tim Dillon, then Jason Ellis, then Andrew Schultz, then Santino after me. So it's fucking monsters. And I'm just,
It's like someone just chiseled you into Mount Rushmore real quick.
So crazy. Andrew Schultz talked about you the whole time. Wants to know about your leg, how you doing. He
cool.
likes you. Yeah. Yeah, so that was also a really cool thing. They were, at one point it was Santino and Schultz, and they're all in the green room, and and I got to go. And they're like, do you want to grab some food with us? And I was like, oh, yes, but I got to go. And I couldn't help saying, I was like, I can't believe I'm even in here with you guys. Like, I feel like I'm a 12-year-old. I'm like, can I go to dinner with you guys? Oh, wow, I'd love to get some French fries.
And they're like, you know what? You're not invited now.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're making it weird.
Yep, I did that. But it's very, very exciting to be there and to be a part of it and to have them go, yeah, man, you're doing good. And, try this, try that. I'm like, yeah, cool. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, very friendly people. It's a weird thing to know that that some of them take it for granted. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, you guys, because I go to the other clubs where
it's a 1 in a million shot that you made it.
All the other people I do stand up with are nobodies. They got a job. This isn't their job. And they'll do any gig, any hour, anywhere. And then these guys get asked by one of the biggest comedians in the world to do stand up with them at the biggest comedy club in the world. Man, what was that? Oh, was that yesterday? My bad. Like, my bad. You fucking asshole.
It's hard though. It's hard not to be jaded when things keep coming at you, for sure.
That's the other thing. Like,
but they hustle. I mean, those guys aren't. It's not just falling on their lap by accident. They
right. That's how they got there.
Yeah.
But it's when you get there.
When you get there and you take it for granted. I know.
Yeah. And because I've done that, and now because I've been there and gone, and when you're gone, you look back and go, man, I should have really appreciated all those moments. So I feel like I'm way more in the moment now. So I don't care how nice comedy is to me. I'll never be like, I'm not going there, or I'm not that guy. I'm not doing stand up with that. I'll do stand up with fucking anyone, anywhere for the rest of my stand up life, because I'm funny and people are nice to me and I'm entertaining people. How the fuck did I do that?
Yeah.
Be stoked, dude. Be stoked at all times. So I am. It's always good. And it wasn't my best set too. And I'll do that thing where if I don't do that well, I'm like, hey, you fucking don't have it. You don't have it.
But okay, so but your set that was good, was it the same set that didn't do well?
No, that was the difference.
When you came up with a whole new routine.
I started with a whole new routine from the night before. I was like, start with that shit. I started talking about washing my butt out at the other place, and it was very, people were fucking freaking out. And I was like, oh, okay.
You mean like a sink shower?
Oh, I don't want to do it on your show. Katie showed me there's a thing, because if you wash your butt out, there's a little bottle squeezy thing, and you're supposed to squeeze it up there and it washes you out. But Katie was like, just get the shower mount one, and it's like it links to the shower, and it's got like a metal thing on it that you put up there and turn the shower on, and you are washed out thoroughly. But the first time I ever did that, Katie was there in the bathroom with me, teaching me how to do it, because I was like, I don't even know how to get this in there. And she was helping me. And then I get it in there, and she goes, now turn the shower on and you'll feel yourself filling up. And I'm like, yep, I feel myself filling up. And she's sitting right there. And then out of nowhere, wha-donk.
Yeah. I knew that was coming.
Turd hit the ground. And I'm like, I was like,
I love how you walk on stage and we're into that.
Yeah, because I was like, Tim Dillon just did stand up and now I'm here. And this is the Comedy Store and you guys don't know me. So I'm going to talk to you about the most embarrassing thing that I could think of. Yeah. And then I was like, don't do 15 minutes on your butt. Like, you got to jump back to your routine. So then I jumped back to my routine. I just took out a start bit and replaced it with a butt washing bit. So
I know you did a censored version of it, but it's funny.
Right. People seem to enjoy it. So I was like, cool, that's a thing that I'll add to my routine.
Okay, so what's happening next?
I'm gonna skate.
You're skating today.
Maybe. I don't know what time it is. I make sure I can't be late. So, but I
was ever since that day I dropped in and I was getting bad limps, I was having a hard time. Like, I was really struggling and I didn't want to see skating.
Oh,
it was hard.
Are you good to watch it now?
Yeah. Cause I feel like I've come through that day and I am stronger now. And clearly, like, when I skated today, I did an ollie at the coping, frontside ollie, which is so far beyond what I've done at all. and it's measured progress now. So I feel like, okay,
You're on your way, and
I'm on my way. Yeah. But that drop into slam shook me.
Yeah. That would have shook me.
Yeah.
Like if I had watched you do that and you were like, yeah, I'm going to try it again. I'd be like, do you have to, dude?
God, like you grabbed my nose on the way down.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I got to see it. I want to watch it. Wait, you held your nose all the way down to
No, I held my nose like to,
because you're that
yeah,
unsure.
like a full beginner drop
You look
in.
like a big, yeah, right.
Yeah.
First time someone drops
Yeah.
in, they really hold their nose. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of would rather be in sessions with you right now, to be honest. I feel like I would like to just do like a half an hour because I don't want to push it. And
my sessions are about 20 minutes. After 15 minutes, I feel my leg give out when I really push for speed.
Right.
So it usually happens right as I'm getting like halfway up the wall, and I just end up shooting out and bailing.
Can you do squats?
You mean just standing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been doing that?
I've been doing that. The thing that gives me the most exercise is that it's so hard too, that I put my bad foot up on a stair, and then I
Use that to
walk
lift
up
your-
the stair, but count to 5 as I lift my other foot up to it.
Right.
It's so hard.
Right.
The beginning part, because I want to like hop up the
Right.
stair.
You want to give it a help.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
just want to like whoop. Because
Yeah.
when I go up the stairs, it's kind of lopsided.
Yeah.
And so when I commit to that, I'm like, oh, and then I do the same thing, turn around and do it down.
It's harder, right?
Oh, no, up is harder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because my stem cell shots, when I got them, I did the 3-hour walk around the mall because they told me to walk as much as you can. You won't be as sore the next day.
Mhm.
Katie, thanks to her, because I definitely wanted to quit after 2 hours. And she was like, come on. He said 3 hours, so do 3 hours. And by the last hour, I was really hobbling. And then I get back to the room and it really starts to hurt, starts locking up. So I just lied in bed because that's all I could do. And then I got to pee. And then I think I might have dozed off for a second. And then Katie went to sleep. So I wake up and I'm like, I need to pee. I swivel off to the bed, put my feet on the ground. I go to get up and it's just no.
Oh, yeah.
My ankles and my knees are like, nah, dude,
Yeah.
we're not even here right now. And I was like, and I'm like, and you would that thing where you said you try to give yourself a little leap
Yeah.
to get up. I try to use my hands, but I got my wrist injected and my shoulder injected on the other side. So both arms don't work. So I was like, and I'm like, I can't get up.
It's a bad dream.
I'm like, I'm not going to wake her up. Like she's been taking care of me all day. And tomorrow she's going to.
Katie, I have to pee.
That's what I was going to say.
Help me.
So instead of that, I see a Gatorade bottle on the side. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I tip to the side, fill the bottle up, go to sleep.
Did she hear it?
No, she didn't hear any of it because an hour later, I need to pee again. And the Gatorade bottle's full. So I'm like, there's no way out of this. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
So it was like, I can't believe she didn't wake up. She wears headphones because I think I snore, so she can't hear me. But it took me 15 minutes to get to the toilet from the bed. But I got up. And then when I got up, I discovered that if I try to stand up, I've got no muscles in the front of my legs. So I fall.
Oh my
So I have to
God.
stay leaned over with my hands almost touching the ground. And every step hurt so much and it was so much work that I was taking breaks in between. So I'd be like, okay, you can do it. You can do it. One foot. And then I'd be like, look over a couple of times. I'm like, it's so close to going, Katie. I'm like, don't do it.
I can't believe she didn't wake up.
Yeah. So I make it. And then I realize I can't bend down to pee. So I pee in the sink. Then I go to bed. I make it back. In the morning, I get up. And I think I've said this. I don't do number 2s around my wife. And she doesn't do the same. I don't do that. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to poo in the morning.
Oh,
I get to
you
the
use
toilet.
the lobby bathroom
I
when you
can't-
guys go bathroom. When you guys go to a hotel, do you use the lobby bathroom in
No,
the morning?
no, we're not that bad. We just shut the door and turn the shower on and like don't go in there until it's done. Till way
Okay.
later.
Well, I thought you were saying like you should don't do it around each other. So I thought it didn't happen in the same room.
No, same. If it's a hotel room, I'm going to the bathroom, but I definitely turn the shower
Yeah.
on so you can't hear me and stuff.
You're respectful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, I realized that I can't sit on the toilet. I can't make it. So she has to help me get on the toilet.
Ah,
So now I'm getting helped on the toilet, and I do my thing, flush it, wipe myself, and then I'm like, you can't get up.
Oh man!
And it was a bad number 2. So it was like, the room smell. So I was like, I don't want to ask her to come in here.
My God.
But if I don't ask her, I'm just going to be
incapacitated.
Yeah. So it was a bonding experience, but she had to come in and like pull me off the toilet.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I don't know, I felt like we got, we really love each other, but I felt like that really helped. I was like, man, this
it's solidified.
Yeah. I mean, it already is solidified, but
Right.
I'm like, man, I don't know what I'd do without you, you know? Like nobody would do this for me. And I don't blame them.
When I went to Austin for the documentary premiere, that was 5 days after I broke my leg, and I was hurting. Like it was so hard to get there, but we got there, and I'm on crutches, and same thing in the middle of the night. I'm just like, oh, I gotta pee, and I'm just thinking like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to get around. I finally like get up. I have to find a crutch to get myself up off the bed. I'm just making a racket.
Yeah.
And then like I slam the door open with the crutch. And then I'm just hanging over the toilet with the crutches, like, oh, and
I was just there.
peed for so long.
Yeah. Because you've been holding it that whole time.
I mean, it was straight up Austin Powers. And then Kathy, at some point in the middle of it, was like, "Are you serious?
For how long you're peeing?"
Yeah, like what is going on? Like, are you? It was a concern. Like, are you okay? Like, I've just been avoiding getting up.
Right.
So every time I go, like, I feel like I need to, I just go back to sleep and force it, and then it was too much. But yeah, same. I guess kind of similar.
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then check this out. The next day, I can't walk very good. I'm in a wheelchair, and then the next day is the last day that we have to do stuff. And there's a helicopter that you can get that goes over this crazy big rock in the mountains. It's a really cool tourist thing to do. And my wife is here and she's not getting stem cells. Show her Colombia. And I was like, yeah, we're going tomorrow. No problem. She's like, you sure? I'm like, I don't care. Like if it hurts, I don't care. We're doing it. And then we go to this place, what is it? The 13th district, some place where when shit got really gnarly back in the day, that place was run by, the police couldn't go there. If they did, they'd be sniped. Like it was heavy. It's a heavy area and it's just up mountains. It's stairs beyond stairs.
Oh, in like Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, but I found different than you. Up, yeah, that hurt. Down, just every time I had to step down, the other leg that's holding the weight, it's just burning. My ankles started aching, so I'm taking breaks. But it was like,
oh, that's hard. I actually, down has been easy since day one.
Huh. Well, it is
weird.
a different injury, so.
But I mean, got to hold the handrail in the beginning, but yeah.
Right. Well, the dumbest part was helicopter ride. Really exciting. It was cool. At one point, he goes, "You guys want to do something crazy?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And he just dropped the chopper, like, just,
Oh.
So we all, I mean, and it got me in. I was like, "Yeah, like do it again." You know what I mean? I'm all pumped on this guy, and then we get out, and I just forgot that I'm hurt.
Oh yeah.
And we're in front of the helicopter, and it's like, we're taking photos. And I was like, "Oh, we're taking photos." I was like, "Katie, jump up, and I'll hold you." So she just jumps into my arms, and I go, "Yeah, for the photo." And I'm like, "Yeah," and then I'm like, "Oh,
I can't believe you even tried that.
I was in so much pain afterwards. My shoulder was the thing that, because this one got a bunch of stem cells in it, but my legs were so sore that this didn't even count.
Dude.
I didn't even know it was sore.
I can't, like, I take out the trash at home and think to myself, what are you doing? Because I'm limping I got extra weight on it, and I'm limping so bad, and I'm just like, I'm just doing it. I don't know. I gotta get through it,
I want to watch you do that. I mean, I know you're not limping as much, but just watching someone
We're remodeling some of our house right now, so we got one of those storage things.
Yeah.
They park in your driveway. Yeah. So we've just been shuttling stuff back and forth.
And then, you're doing it.
Yeah, my limp just gets more pronounced as we go. And then at some point, Kathy's like, all right.
Yeah, you're done.
You did it.
You
did. We get it. You helped.
Yeah. If there's a certain amount of limping from somebody, I'll be like, hey, man, just stop.
The
Like,
the last one was I had to carry the printer out there, and I was like, just like it was it was like someone was trying to navigate a tripod, walk it out, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind the noises that I was making, but there were a couple of times somebody in the mall, Katie went to get me a coffee, and I just stood there waiting because it was too painful to walk.
Yeah.
And then because that thing kept happening, if I stood up too straight, I would fall back and do this with my hands to even the balance. And I guess I did that. Like I lost my step for a second just standing there, and I went, what? And standing there, and a lovely lady came over and was like, "Are you okay? Do you need me to call an ambulance?" And I was like, "No, it's." She could speak English, so that was the other thing. She was very helpful. I was like, "No,
or a detox center."
Yeah, like I looked, and I was on painkillers too, so I'm just like, and she's like, "Who is this idiot in the mall that looks like he just OD'd?" And I'm like, "No, it's stems. It's okay. I'm okay."
I was paranoid of that when I'd be out in public, or like we went to that Dior event, and I know that I'm not walking steadily. Yeah. And at some point I was like, people just think I'm drunk.
Right.
Or
I don't think your walk looks drunk.
No, but sometimes I have to catch myself.
Are you a bit wobbly?
Yeah, I'll be wobbly, or like, well, I have to walk over something, and then I'm like, oh, geez,
right.
And then it just, you're so self-conscious of it.
Yeah.
That like we just want to stand. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I just want to stand in one place, but I'm fine. Let's just be here.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have the fake I'm fine to anybody that asks me. Oh no, I'm totally solid. I'm not solid. I'm like,
yeah. There was a moment at that Cruel World Festival where the stages were really far away from each other.
Yeah.
And I was walking. I used my cane that day because I was like, I know I'm not going to get through it. But at one point we're back at the main stage, and then Kathy's like, well, do you want to see this band right now? I'm like, I do, yes, but I can't make that walk again.
Can you carry me?
I can't do it, yeah. At one point, I was walking so slow that
I should have gone. I blew
she
it.
lost me.
You realize I was crippled then too, and I was like, she's like, would you be able to walk? I'm like, I would be, for you, I would do it. I fucking blew it.
Walk, it was far.
Even though I would have been so sweet.
And I have a way of navigating crowds that I can be, because when I get recognized, that I can be like, oh, what's up? But I have a way that I can keep moving so that, because if I stop and people start getting photos and stuff, and that becomes a scene.
Yeah.
And not even because everyone wants it. It's just more like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Like, I'll go get a photo. And then you can't keep going.
Yeah. And
so with my cane and with my stalling, it was so hard to keep that sort of vibe that, what's up? Cause I was just going slow and like, hey man, let me just get a photo. Cause I'm stopped anyway, You
can't get away.
Can't get away. Yeah.
And they don't know that you're trying to get away.
Yeah. It was cool. Everyone was very friendly. It was cool.
Anybody bump into you so far?
You mean like knock me down?
Yeah, or not knock you down. I know you would have told me that. But
a dude stepped on my foot last night because it was so crowded, and I had this moment of panic.
Right, because he doesn't get off it.
I couldn't get up. Yeah, I couldn't get it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be I'm gonna fall down."
Yeah,
and then he noticed and
got off your foot.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That was a serious moment of panic last night. Yeah,
because if he fall and he's still standing on it, that's gonna like tweak it.
Yeah, it was. It's all right. Made it.
Yeah, we're back and moving. We walk.
All right. Well, let's start skating it. You're gonna skate right now, solo. The lights went off. The Jimmy session is over.
No, I'm not. I gotta go. Wow, I did not know it was that late.
Okay, I'm going to see a play that my daughter's in.
Aw,
tonight.
That's adorable.
It's cool.
I love that.
Into the Woods. She's the witch.
I don't know what Into the Woods is.
Oh. It's like it's an amalgamation of a bunch of different fairy tales.
Is it a big part?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She's very excited.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So,
all right, everybody, like and subscribe and tell your friends and enjoy it. We really appreciate everybody for their support. It's been great. Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
Like and subscribe.